I have a secret to tell you guys, and I really don't know how I'm going to do this. After 5 years of making content on multiple platforms on social media, and this whole time you guys have only ever seen me like this. You guys are going to have to get used to seeing me like this. All this space on the sides.
Warning: My dad is just an average idiot. He is no way, shape, or form a professional, so do not do what he does. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Remember, don't do dumb stuff.
Welcome to the garage. What's the first thing you need to do when you go into the garage? You need to put your boots on, because as tempting as it might be to work in Crocs, um, don't do it. It's a bad habit. I did it for a long time. And one day I put my socks on and looked at the top of them and saw that they had holes all over them. And for the life of me, I could not figure out how my socks had holes in the top of them. Figured it out yet? Yeah, it's from welding while wearing Crocs and grinding while wearing Crocs. And all the embers fell through and burned my socks. So Crocs plus socks is no go in the garage. Put your boots on, okay? And after we get our boots on, you guys are going to hang out. And I'm going to put some lights up because the garage needs lighting. And quite frankly, it's just something that everybody has to do in their own garage, right? And that's the whole point of this for me. It's showing you guys that you don't need some big fancy shop. You don't even need a two-car garage like I have. I had a one-car garage up until 2 weeks ago. And then fate happened and I'm here now. And I want to take you guys along on the journey of just putting your garage together, making the space work for you, making the space be somewhere you enjoy being and want to spend time working on projects. Because when it comes to building stuff, the only one holding you back from doing it is you. I'm going to show you that with minimal tools, you can make a lot and you can get a lot done. And for right now, we're just going to hang out together and work on getting the shop together. Garage, shop, what's the difference? I think the difference is how you use it. And if it's just a place to store cars, it's a garage. If it's a place where you make things and create, it's a shop. That's my absolute opinion on that. This is the first of my series I'm calling Getting the Shop Set Up. And that's what we're going to work on. We're going to work on putting tools away, putting lights up, and getting it so that when it's together, we've got a nice, comfortable space to work in. And I'm going to show you guys how easy it is because, quite frankly, I want you to do the same. Let's get started putting the lights up. Something as simple as just having the right lighting can make all the difference in the world. And now that LED lighting is so stinking cheap, why not? Like, I've got one over there that just screws into the light socket. I've got this one that I hung up over here that's going to connect to this string of lights. And the nice thing about the string is, there's one light like every 8 foot, but they don't have to be that far apart. A lot of times I'll hang them where I need them. I'll just take the cord that's in between that's slack and I'll zip tie it, in a little bundle and put it up there. That way that, it doesn't look crappy and it's not hanging down waiting to be caught on, because I will tell you this much. I've done that before. Just something as simple as carrying a ladder through the garage, catch one of your lights, rip the whole string down without even paying attention. These things are great, but you definitely want to make them neat and nice. So I'm starting out here by taking the end that has the plug that I can plug into that one, and I'm going to hang the first one here in this corner. And I want to make sure these lights give me good lighting when the garage door is closed. Because, yeah, during the day, like right now, garage door's open, it's beautiful and sunny. You got nothing to worry about. But this time of year, well, it gets dark at 5 o'clock. So obviously, I got to have lights out here to be able to see and just, function. So we're going to put the first one up here in the corner. And I'm just using some drywall screws and these little hooky thingies that you use on a screw to help hold wires up without going through them. I'm just hanging one of these over here in the corner. You see what just happened there? You see how the screw popped out because I was pushing on it at a weird angle? Um, Meant to tell you guys this a couple days ago and forgot. But when I was putting up my pegboard, yeah, I did that exact same thing. Only I shoved the bit of this screwdriver straight into my finger, like full force, pushing, slipped, boom. And if you've never taken a moving Phillips bit and shoved it into your finger while your hand was against the wall, it's not something I recommend anyone do because it hurt. And not only was it a cut that hurt and a weird wound because of the shape of this and it spinning, but it was also swollen because it was like I just took myself and just did one of these numbers. So don't do what I just did. And yeah, let's try this again. See if we can do it without getting hurt. My problem was I just tried to shove this bit through the flashing on the end of the drywall. And I should have known better because it's that easy when you just go into the drywall. And yes, I just set my drill down there. And I'm saying that because I know me, I need video evidence of me putting it there so that 5 minutes from now, when I climb down and move the ladder, I'll remember where it is. Because the logical thing to do would just be to do this and just, set it somewhere else. But there's crap everywhere. So what do? Uh, we'll set it there. I'll be smart this one time. But you guys can hold me to it because we all know that if there's a dumb way to do it, I'll do it. And that's why I love me. Of course, the one here doesn't have a ring on it, so I got to get a little carabiner thing to clip that up there because that's not going to work. I stole one off the other light because all the other ones have them but this. And I'm actually going to fasten those up a little differently. So for right now, I want it the other direction. Yeah, maybe that's not going to work. You know what? If I bend that, it will work. Let me take this little bracket off here. See, and this is the typical things. Doesn't matter if you're the person on here making the videos or if you're the person in the garage doing it. No matter what you think will work, better rethink it for a minute because you're going to have to figure out a way to make it work better. So I'll just take my pliers here and grab another pair, and we'll just take this thing and go like this. Now it'll bite into the wall a little bit, and then I can actually, not have to worry about that falling out. But that's garage life. Garage life is constantly trying to figure out, well, how can I make this work? Because nothing ever just works the way it's supposed to, right? So let's put this in here again and see if the third time is a charm. And I'm actually going to use a zip tie because I don't like the angle it was putting that light. So we're going to put a zip tie around this. And then I'm going to put this here. That's why I'm not a lineman. I had a buddy years ago that worked for New River Electrical that wanted to get me into a lineman position. Those are the guys that climb the poles and get up there and fix everybody's electricity. And I literally told him no because I drop everything. And knowing me, I'd kill somebody. I would end up hurting somebody, unintentionally, of course, by simply dropping tools. Because I can tell you right now, everything I pick up falls out of my hand at least once, if not 4 times. So let's move the ladder over here. Oh, I don't even need to move the ladder. we'll just connect these, and that's part of that. And this is the slack I was talking about. Like, I'm going to take this wire, get up there and use a zip tie and bind that all up, because otherwise, yeah, I'll end up catching that and ripping it down for sure. Unfortunately, I had to close the garage door in order to do this one because, of course, these are what I want to be able to be used when the garage door is closed. And by the way, yes, I couldn't do that again if I tried. Look, I caught that Windex bottle on there. I'll tell you one thing, y'all are going to see, whoops, just how stinking clumsy I really am. That's why I don't do wheelies, because I would die if I did a wheelie. I would legitimately fall over and die because it, I'm just that clumsy. I don't know how many times I need to stress it. You guys are going to see that over and over and over again. You're going to see me dropping things. Luckily, I don't fall down so much, but I drop everything. Let me move this a little bit so you guys can get a better view of what I'm doing here. So I contemplated painting the garage because it's got drywall, and I've never had a garage with drywall. So I thought, well, I'll just paint it. But then I really thought about how much work that would be. And quite frankly, I'm too lazy to do that. And not to mention the fact that they mudded all the screws, so I know where all the studs are. So I can cheat. And I don't have to bring out my stud finder to know that this screw is going to go in the place that it needs to go. And I'm trying to make sure I do this. There we go. In a way to where they don't get ripped down. Now this one, unfortunately, this is the only one where this little loop right here is broke. So I have no choice but to zip tie this thing. And I'm going to hit it from both sides so it just kind of meets in the middle. I think that would be the best way to do it. I don't know. We'll see. There's a 50-50 chance on these zip ties that I'm going to put it in the wrong direction. And I'll tell you what right now, in case you haven't gathered this already, there's a 100% chance I'll do it wrong every time. But that works. I will say I know that one of my next investments is definitely going to be some of the meta glasses, because I want to be able to actually show you guys what I'm seeing as opposed to just wondering what the heck's going on up there. Let me show you. So basically what we got here is I had to put the little hooky thingy up there and then use the zip ties to just attach it. So it won't go nowhere. That's what I'm doing here. You know, you could just put up individual lights if you wanted to. It's not that big of a deal. Me personally, though, I like the string just because it's all wired in together. Yeah, I had to throw it over top of the garage door opener because obviously I don't want it getting caught up when the garage door gets opened. And I'd like to point out too, by the way, that one of the reasons why these are so nice to have the good lighting is because you won't have to do this. I got this little tripod light that I got to hook up and move every time I move. So if you don't want to have to do that, I can move the ladder. Hey, that's what that hole's there for. I'll be absolutely just, I can't say I'll be dipped because that's already been taken. I got to come up with my own. But the ladder's new too. I've never owned a ladder on my own before because I always just stood on things I wasn't supposed to. And my wife said, you probably shouldn't do that anymore. And I said, you know what? You just might be right. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Having all these lights in here, you don't just have to have one that you just move around wherever you need it. You can have some everywhere. There we go. Like it. Castle. And then you just take this little clip here. Biggity bang. And by the way, if I hadn't mentioned already, I bought this string of lights like Actually, no, correction. I borrowed this string of lights like years ago, maybe 8 years ago. But they originally came from Menards. But I borrowed them from a buddy to set up at a motorcycle event to do pinstriping, and he just told me to keep them. So maybe that's why I like them so much, because they were free. And there's nothing better in this world than free. I really hate the fact that I lose everything. Whole brand new box of those, whatever you call them, with the hooky thing on that was being used, and I can't find them. The ones I've used so far were just the ones I had laying on my workbench. But this isn't going to be a continuing problem, because that's what we're doing here. We're getting things organized so when we need them, we can find them. Because I don't know about you, but I'm sick and tired of being like, okay, well, I'm doing this thing and I need that thing. And I know I've already bought that thing, but I didn't put it where I'd find it. So here I am, just making do because my own dang stupidity. We're going to fix this though. We're going to make it so this doesn't happen anymore. So right now I'm just gonna, ooh, there's flashing throughout all there. I gotta drill a hole first. I don't need a big hole. I just need a hole big enough to get the end of the screw in there. Ooh. Ah. Ah. That's not supposed, oh, it's because of that. Ha ha. All right, so a little screw, where was that? Everybody just needs a little screw. There we go. Now we're cooking with magnesium. All right, let's get this here. Come on. You dirty, dirty thing. The ties. After I get this one hung up, I can open the garage door back up. Or better yet, I can turn them on and see how nice they look. Yes, you probably just saw me drop a couple zip ties, because it did. We'll do one like that. And let me show you how to do this so they stay on there. They say that necessity is the mother of all invention, and you know what? I believe it, because I've made do with so many things in my life just because. So you put the one on here like this, so it's just like looped around it, and then you take the other one like this, and you put it around it like this, and you go all the way to the top. And by doing this, look at that, it locks those together. It works. I like it. Picasso. And then I'm actually going to be a nice guy and cut the tails. I will say I need a new pair of these badly, because if I don't cut it from the side, they don't do a very good job. All right, 4 down, 1 to go. The last one I'm going to do is going to be right here, because the end of the plug that's going to power them is right there as part of that light. I kind of thought about putting it somewhere else, over in here, but you can't go wrong with another light. Like, I don't know. I mean, I kind of wanted to put it back there, but if this can't plug in, it ruins the whole concept. Screw it. This will work. Lord knows it's not going to be the only lights I put up. Why is it? Oh, I was so excited about finding this hole to put my drill in, but every time I do, it rests on the speed selector and it makes that stupid noise. All right, learn something. Haha. By the way, that little zip tie trick I just showed you guys, I just came up with that. I've never done that before. I know I've done something similar to that, but I've never actually done exactly that. And that's why it's good to think out of the box all the time, because you never know when you're going to have to try and figure something out you've never done before. Done with this. Put it on my table. All right. So my question is, should I go back through and bundle up all the wire before I plug it in? No, I'll plug them in first. Yerky jerky. Stop it. All right, put a little loopy loop here. Do a dooba dooba doo. Then put this one around here. Doopy 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 doo. See how entertaining it is to watch somebody do stuff when they talk to themselves? That's all you gotta do. Talk to yourself. Be your normal person. Just don't let those intrusive thoughts win. And yes, I forgot to grab my clippers to cut the tails. There they are. So that I swear, where are my better wire cutter thingamabobbers? I'd say what they're actually called, but I'd end up getting a video violation if I did, because those of you who know what wire cutters are called, and it's similar to what they used to call like a dam in a creek, but it's not taken that way anymore. So if I said the word, boy howdy, you might see some people get upset. So I just won't say it. And I gotta move the ladder to do that. Boop-a-doo. I definitely need new pliers. These ones suck. Yeah. I'm gonna admit something to you guys. I have really crappy tools. Like I've had nice tools, but I leave them in the rain or something happens, and I really, really have got to get better tools. You ready? 3, 2, 1. Don't. There we go. Woohoo! And now we have light. Sweet. All right. Let's wind all these up and get them all clean. Guess I'll start right here. Oh, and when you got plugs like this and you're binding them all up, you might as well do it with the plug so it keeps it from possibly coming unplugged. I'm actually using my staple gun to just kind of pop them to the ceiling, and that makes sure they don't hang down anymore. Remember that bottle of Windex I dropped earlier? I just stepped on it and broke it. Try to keep yourself a reserved pocket for the tails. Clean up after yourself, and don't. Oh, this is what I was looking for. Don't just leave them on the floor. You're just making more mess for you to clean up later. So it's got a little setting on the end right here that you flip it down, and it makes it so that it doesn't go through the wires. It's got like a little curve in it, so it goes around the wire. And use the long staples. Wow, that light was bright. All I can see is, oof. I gotta move stuff. At least this. Be careful when you're stapling too, that you don't want to go through the wire because that's a fire hazard. Okay. Ew. Crazy big spider webs. Yeah. Oh, I just went right through it. Oh, are you kidding me? I literally just did what I told you guys not to do. So I'm going to grab these pliers here with rubber grip on them and pull that out. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. Don't even think about it. Because shock ya. Oh! Shock ya. Fuck me. Make me feel better. That's one. I gotcha. I gotcha. I'm kind of sweating. Why don't I take this shirt off? Believe it or not, that garage door down. It's actually getting warm in here. Up here on the ceiling. And you don't want to pull them too tight because it'll mess up the angle in which the light be a shining. You want to make sure you're not defeating the purpose. All right. Zip ties, magical. Zip ties are wonderful. Don't know who invented them. Just like to shake their hand. Ask them why they are so sharp when you cut them off. I mean, ain't nobody really gonna be looking at the ceiling. I still want to make it kind of nice. I just realized you guys couldn't see me. Let me fix that. There we go. All right. By the way, for those of you who commented when I made my motorcycle stand, this thing I'm standing on, I did go back yesterday and fix some things. I reinforced the center like I knew I should have done to begin with, but I was getting tired that night and lazy. I just wanted to get the bike up on it. So it holds my big 300-pound butt just fine. And I moved all those outer pieces. Whoops, I went right through it again. I moved all the outer pieces, like the, that. All right. I moved all the pieces that were on the outside for support to the inside, and it looks a whole lot better. And it's less to trip over. All right. Last one. Yeah, I can't see it very well. Am I out of staples? I needed one more. One more staple. My luck. That's all right. Put new ones in. I bought a whole big pack, so it ain't no big deal. So I got a question. Who's excited to finally see me actually work on the shovel head? I know it's been a long time in the process, but I promise you it's coming. Can't wait. Oh, all right, last staple. I did it twice more. I did it. That's what I get for telling you guys. Oh, look how easy this is. Look how easy anybody can do it. It's just a weird angle right there to where, there we go. 18th, 100th, millionth times the charm. Right? Right. Well, guys, guess what? That's the lights. That's the lights in the garage. See if they all work on a switch. Dark, light, dark, light, dark, light. Celebrate the little victories when you can, because what else is there? So, man, I'm sweaty from doing all that. And what do you think? Was this entertaining? Is this something that you'd watch again? Because, I mean, I had a whole lot of fun doing it. And all we did was take 4 times as long to hang up some lights because I wanted to show everybody. So, what do you think? You gonna come back for more? Because I'm gonna keep making them. And yeah, this is fun. Can't wait to see you guys next time.